Today we're going to do something special. That's right, I'm going to take you guys along a journey with me when I go ahead and walk a 175 unit apartment complex. Come along with me for this journey. I just got back from Houston, Texas, where I just walked this complex. I show you exactly what I'm looking for when I walk a property. I point out different things that are very important. 3 things that you must need when you underwrite a 175 unit property. You need your rent roll. You need a rent roll so that way you can see exactly who's coming and going for the properties, how much rent they're paying. Are they under the market rent? Are they at the market rent? How much can you raise rents? When are the leases up? All of that stuff will be on your rent roll. You also need your T12. A T12 is also known as your trailing 12. Trailing 12 is basically your 12 months profit and loss, dating back 12 months of income and expenses, so you can see how the property's trending. Not only that, you're gonna need what's called the OM. Now the OM is the offering memorandum, also known as a property package. This is a package that the broker puts together, nice and sweet, to paint a picture perfect scenario of the deal to entice you and get you to go ahead and purchase the property. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about a few things that's very important that I want to touch on real quick. One of them is I talk about neighborhood classes. Very important that you know about neighborhood classes when it comes to multifamily real estate. Not only that, I'm talking about the property classes. Very important you know about property classes when it comes to multifamily real estate. Also, another thing that I touched on was the fact that there was a lot of deferred maintenance. Now, some of you guys might be flippers. I flip single family homes as well. And you guys might be looking at that video like, doesn't seem like a big deal. But when you do the math on 175 units, those numbers adds up. And it's not a big deal as long as the price is right. So that's what it boils down to. So without further ado, come walk with me and let's roll. So the first thing, I see here is a lot of deferred maintenance. This place needs a lot of work. This was brought to me by a broker. It's 175 units. It's a value add, and the whole place just needs a ton of work. You look here, this is the community rec center. As you see, the mansard roofing, that's called mansard roofing. And what that is basically, this shows that the property was built, pre-80s. Like, I think the property on this one was built in 73, but this was like the old school 60s, 70s type property, but it needs everything. It needs windows. I see a lot of rot. The concrete is this is trip hazards. This just needs a lot of work, a lot of deferred maintenance. And the problem is too, the way they have it designed is that you see how this is all enclosed and everything like that. It's a little dark, a little desolate. Imagine like the old lady that's, coming home with her groceries and she has to walk through here. This is a C area, according to my demographer. This is a C-class area, which is good, what you want, but I'm gonna show you what the property next door looks like, which will be your competition. So what would you rather rent, here or next door? Which means if I purchase this property, I gotta keep all my rents lower than next door due to the fact on how it looks. And I'm gonna have to pump a ton of money in here to fix it up, which is okay if we buy it right. So if we get it for the right price, then all of that's okay. Looking here at the railings, the stairs need a lot of work. They're rusting away, rotting away here. And I want to show you guys the asphalt. The whole parking lot needs to be repaved here. And these are things that you want to look for when you walk on a property, when you're dealing with these larger units here. So when it comes to the larger units, this is very important that you either come check it out yourself or you have boots on the ground. You have a solid team that's there in the city you want to work with, and you don't just trust the broker. You need to have your own team on the ground. So as we walk this property here, we look at the asphalt, the concrete parking lot. It all needs to be repaved. This is not good. This is substandard, So what that does is this brings a substandard type of tenant in here. And in fact, this property is 100% occupied right now. So, you know, what that either is they either did a lot of concessions because they know they're getting ready to sell it and put it on the market. So they did a lot of concessions to fill it up, or rents are just extremely below market. And we're gonna run the numbers on this and look at how the numbers pan out. But I need to get this at the right price in order to do the repairs that needs to be done. But this is a heavy lift. This needs a lot of work. Let's go back here and check out some more of these units. We look up here, look here, all this rot here. This is rotting away. This is a hazard here. This is rotting away here. All of that needs to be fixed, right? This is something I can have done easily. I'm a flipper. I can have this done easily. However, it has to be addressed. And we're gonna walk over here so I can show you, and then I'm gonna walk over there to show you guys. But as soon as I come in off the freeway, right? So you gotta know your neighborhood classes. Because I immediately seen how the neighborhood did change from a D to a C. We drove through a D, but then off the freeway, off the 45, left side of the freeway was D, right side was C. So now when I walk through here and I look at these apartments right here across the way that's next door, and what do you see? If you point the camera there, you will see that how beautiful these apartments are directly next door. So where are people gonna rent? They're gonna rent here, they're gonna rent there. At the same price, they're gonna rent there. So I gotta either do a heavy lift here, keep my rents ultra low. And I'm the type of person, I always provide a quality place for people to live. So let's check it out. Here's the cold part about it, right? The craziest part about when I walk these type of buildings is I think back like, wow, I remember when I used to live like this. You know what I mean? When I used to live in a very small apartment, just struggling to get by, didn't care. I didn't even care what the place looked like as long as I had a place to live. I didn't care how raggedy it was. I didn't care if it was leaking water into my unit. As long as I had a place to rest my head, that's how broke I was. And it just kind of humbles me that now I'm walking a property to purchase that looks like this, that I can help other people, where I can turn it around, man. It kind of feels good, you know? So, you know, this is what you get, man. This is 175 units. I think they want, if I remember correctly, I gotta look at the paperwork on this one, but I think it was what? It was about 60 a door, 65 a door, something like that. I don't know, my daughter knows. Yeah, it's I think 60 a door or 65 a door. So you do that, the way multifamily works is, you know, the broker will tell you it's 60 a door, 65 a door, and then you times it by how many units it is. And this building is 175 units. So you do the math, you know. And what we would do is, if we decide to move on this, is we'll go ahead and raise the money and allow investors to invest into our opportunity. A good thing is, one thing I do see is everything's separate metered, but this place needs a lot of work. Show them the meters here. Everything is separate metered, but this place needs a lot of work, a lot of work. It's a laundry room here. And now we're gonna go next door. Let's check out next door. Yeah, so you see it's kind of dark here. The leasing center is here where the office is. So properties like this size have an on-site property manager, on-site repair person, and it's just people here that work here on-site on payroll. The office is right here behind me. And it's just really, really dark. I mean, they have the lights, but I think the lights just come on at night. But right now in the daytime, it's like really dark. It's just giving bad energy. So all of that will have to be changed. And man, there you have it. I mean, this type of property, it's not a looker, but it could still bring you in a lot of money. However, it's gonna need a lot of work, you know what I mean? So let's go look at the other property, and let me show y'all the property, the competition. So one thing that you gotta be careful of too, and where I'm at in Houston there's no zoning. So you gotta kind of dry the area. You wanna make sure, you know, you see what's around, you know? And I personally don't like this empty lot here. I want to see if that comes with the property. I don't know, I'm not sure. But this is the other property here that's next door to this property. And obviously this is going to command a lot higher rents because of the condition of the property. It's in much better condition. And so let's go take a look at it. So here we are at the apartment complex that's directly next door. Wow, what a difference. You can even feel the energy is different. This is more of something of the speed that I like. You could turn that property into this, but it's gonna take a lot of money. So just keep that in mind. And so this is important when a broker's giving you comps, that you check your comps and you do your due diligence so you know what you're looking at. Because based on here, if I use this as comps, I can't use this as comps. So I'm gonna go back to the OM. For those that don't know, the OM is the offering memorandum or the property package. And I'm gonna go back to that OM and I'm gonna look through it and see what comps that they used and look through it thoroughly. So I hope a little bit of this information helps y'all in what you guys are trying to do on your real estate endeavors. And man, I love you guys, man. It's Mr. Prosperity. Peace. So there you have it. You just walked a 175 unit apartment complex. What do you guys think? And check this out. This kind of deal, none of the money comes from your pocket. So don't ever think that you cannot take down a deal of this size. In fact, it becomes easier than taking down a single family home. So I'm gonna run the numbers on this deal. Tell me what you guys think. Do you want me to do a video showing you the numbers on this deal? If so, comment below and I'll have another video with me running the numbers showing you exactly what I look for. Usually I run the numbers before I go walk the property. However, I was already in Houston looking at other properties and the broker brought this property to my attention, so I decided to walk it. The biggest thing I do not like about the property is the fact that there's a newer building directly next door that was built in the early 2000s. This building was built in the 70s. So from a renter standpoint, where would they like to rent? Which tells me is that when I run my comps, I can't use that as a comp. It's a newer building. In fact, I'm gonna look to see what the rental comps are there, and I'm gonna have to know and factor in that if I take down this property, my rents are gonna always have to be slightly lower than those rents for competition. So like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you guys think. I love you guys. Peace.